Welcome back. This is this is GTA first off. Second off, this is kind of it started as a like a griefer kind of guy. We didn't really know what he was doing. Me and Brendan were just in GTA playing, and then this guy, and I was like, they're fighting, so I decided to join in the fight, and then it kind of just turned more friendly towards the end, and we just kind of more respected each other. Other than that, yeah.
Blue guy left.
Including the inserts
The guy he was
advising
shitting
me
on?
my rights. It took
Yeah,
a
he
while,
left.
but I was a few days ahead of the deadline. I made a cover page that was black background with white lettering. Whenever I could, I included separator pages in all caps in the biggest, boldest font that would fit on the page in landscape. For example, all receipts from the year 2001, or all taxes from the year 2001, etc.
Oh.
I merged everything into a single 150-page compressed PDF.
I would join to have fun, but I know I'd get shit on.
So I received a status email saying the fax failed.
I wouldn't anyway.
That's weird. Well, they are getting this document. So I changed the system configuration to keep trying it infinite number of times until it successfully went through. It was weird that I was still getting status email failures. I'll just delete the failure emails and keep the success one after it eventually goes through, I thought. Problem solved. 2 days later, a lady from his office called me and asked me to stop sending over faxes. Their fax machine had been printing non-stop. It kept getting paper jams and running out of ink, and they had to keep shutting it off and back on.
You're trash, trash kid, trash.
Told me to send this by a deadline, or else he would call the district attorney and the IRS. Since I didn't want to get a call from the DA or the IRS, I would keep sending it until I got a success confirmation. I suggested they just not print until my fax completes, but she did not like that. She asked me to email the documents, and I told a little white lie that my email wouldn't allow an attachment that big. Unless her boss agreed in writing to cancel the request, or agreed to reimburse me for my cost to print and ship, I said that I would continue to fax them until they confirmed they received every page. She put me on hold, and the attorney got on the line. He said to forget sending the financials. I said that I would need that in writing, so I'll keep sending the fax until he sends that to me. He said, please stop faxing. Told Amy that if it makes her feel comfortable not having Tally at the wedding, then that's fine. But before invitations
Get in, dude. Stop fucking with your light jog.
Amy agreed, and that was that. We didn't speak on the matter again. A week or so later, I went into work, and Tally saying that she clearly didn't trust me, and she crossed the line doing all this behind my back. She didn't see the problem and got upset at me, asking me why I'm so mad. I responded, if we're really going to get married, then you need to get your insecurities in check and grow up. I've been staying at a friend's place since then, but I've had text from relationship with Tally. Red flag number 3, coming into your place at work and doing this extremely unprofessional behavior. What she did, in my opinion, is 100% a fireable act for you. For telling my friend that he got exactly what he wanted and he needs to stop being selfish. I have an old college friend, Nick, who's 32. He has a fiance. He's been living with her sick mom, and they can't afford to rent a hotel room. Now, the issue is that Nick showed up at my house last weekend with a suitcase, absolutely livid, and asked to crash on my couch. He said that Sophie had gone out. I mean, I can kind of understand why he would be upset because you're his friend, and some people expect their friends to just support them and not call them out on their BS, but nah, OP, you did nothing wrong.
There we go.
I'm giving you 0 out of 5 butthole because he was shy. He was in fact very open and proud, and in no way shy in that area. He honestly believed that a female nurse would mess it up, and he felt more comfortable with a man doing it. It's funny because my young to make a transmission part for a well-known American motorcycle brand. The transmission part was being made on a hydraulic press, and we had trouble with the manufacturing due to the part's unique shape and the fact that this part should have been made on a forging hammer press and not a hydraulic one. We were getting very behind on customer orders due to the fact that we typically had to either repair or replace dies approximately every 1,500 pieces. This is in contrast to other parts that had die lives exceeding. See where this is going. During our next production run, we don't stop, even though my quality control guy is losing his mind over how bad these parts are. I tell him don't worry, authority, and I can override my manager's directives in this matter and get it in writing. Presto, you've been de facto promoted to management. Our next Reddit post is from Tobob. A long time ago in the late 90s when I was a young IT, had
Being
never
cheap
experienced.
and shit,
This was a
at
type
least.
of restaurant that didn't print prices on the menu. In fact, I couldn't even pronounce half the items listed.
Well,
Meals were a set cost regardless of what
was
you
not
ordered.
shooting. I can shoot
Breakfast
you
was
that, can I?
$40 per
Literally
person.
stop and aim for
Lunches
the
and
head and
dinners
shoot him.
were $60 per person. Guy that took the window seat without asking. He obviously knew what was going on and has probably done this before. The guy was looking out the window all through boarding and never turned his head to acknowledge us until the flight attendant came over with a gift bag. I accepted the gift bag, and the flight attendant asked if I'd like a complimentary drink as well. Of course I said
I
yes,
just had the sun
and I
shit
even got a
fucking
free
fire
glass
rocket
of
at
wine
him.
for my wife too. I glanced at the guy, and I could
No,
see
dude.
the
Did we
anger
kill
in
each
his
other?
eyes.
No. I just got a
But
hit marker,
he
dude.
didn't
That
say
sucks.
a thing.
I hate
It
when
was
that
a petty
happens.
win for me over this guy that took my seat that I would have
Shut
just
the
given to
fucking
him for
fire.
free, but instead he took it without asking. Our next Reddit post is from Sieber. A number of years ago, I worked for a recruiting company that serviced a major automotive plant in the US. It was the first of its kind built in the US, and it had just recently opened. Now, typically for my company, a business manager or owner or administrator would give us hiring orders for new employees. Usually it's someone in charge who decides to hire new people. With this company, the administration handed the hiring decision to the new hire trainers. Then those trainers would give us the order. Send your orders in and I'll bring it on my way.
Oh
At
my
some
God.
point, I
That
figured there
was
would be some
fucking
kind of backlash
insane.
over the money that
I'm
I
kinda
was
glad
spending.
I'm just, like, recording
I even
all
found
of
out the
this.
max that I was allowed to tip, and I was maxing it out every
So, I
time
can
to
kinda
give
just
out
make
more
this into a
money to the
YouTube video.
waitresses. The funny thing is, the plant increased
well,
production
looking at him and
instead
it
wants
doesn't
me to
shoot,
take it
it's
to
like,
the
are you
mechanic
serious?
across the city that charges $110 an hour for labor. The next week, of course, the mower breaks down again. I tell my boss that I think the
There we go,
problem is
fuck.
likely the air filter, and he just tells me to take it to the mechanic. Me and my whole crew spend 45 minutes driving across the city to the mechanic, drop off the
Man went
mower,
flying.
plus parts, and the problem still isn't fixed. We get the mower back from them, and once again it breaks down on someone's front lawn. I call the mechanic. He acts confused. Then he asks us to bring it back for them to work on it some more. This time, they keep it for 3 days. I told them something was wrong with the fuel filter, and they
Ow.
insisted
Don't
that it
ruin
must
my
be the
car,
fuel
dude.
pump. They took the whole fuel system apart just for them to agree with me that the problem was the fuel filter. Essentially, because my boss insisted that whenever there was a problem with the riding mower, we had to take it to the mechanic even if I could fix it. It cost us nearly a full week of lost work, plus over $1,000 in mechanic costs, when I could have had it back up and running within 2 hours for under $100. OP, I'm having a hard time figuring out when he
Really?
comes
Yeah.
in, and we haven't had a problem
I
since.
got better at the game than
I just
him,
wish
and he's
every
like,
Karen and Ken
"Yeah,
acted like him in the end.
yeah."
I'm kinda with you.
You're
OP.
hacking.
If everyone were
No,
nice to
you
everyone
just
else,
tell
then
me
the
that
world would be a
it's
much
actually
better
dark side,
place.
he
But
wasn't
on the
trying.
flip side, I think that I'd be out of a job. That was r slash
But in
malicious
reality, he was
compliance,
trying.
and if
Yeah.
you like this content,
It's like I wasn't
you can
trying.
sponsor my
Run it back.
podcast
And
to
then I'm
unlock
like, dude, I
extra
beat you like 8
episodes,
times.
phone
John, did you make a
numbers,
point?
billing, receivables, etc. He asked me how much revenue that company generated, and I said it was exactly $58,670.
I like how I just have a bullet. Like I like how I have a fucking bullet mark or like a bullet hole through my window.
Oh, from me?
And have him pay you
Yeah.
cash before you start. My friend was right. This was
Oh, dude,
only
he added
petty
me as a
revenge.
friend.
Also,
Oh,
I
man. So that last clip, we pretty much ended up being in friends. That was like my second time actually doing PvP in GTA. This next clip, well, this next part will be my first time actually kind of taking a fight and seeing where it goes. Okay, bro, come on. I can't hear shit. Okay, bro, what? You guys got the luckiest fucking shit. He left. That was pretty much the fight. Literally, that was it. They fucking were doing. They were kind of bullying some lower level, and I was like, "Eh, let's go join this fight." And I was gonna just take it in, whatever. And then I end up tying with one of the guys. The other guy just goes AFK. I don't know what he's doing. But I tie it with one of the guys, and that was it. He just leaves. He didn't want me to get ahead of him, or he just didn't want to fight. Either way, that was it.
Complain about it a lot. Or just keep questioning your sexuality.
I don't care. I know I'm straight.
I know I'm straight for the most part.
No, I'm 100% gay. I mean straight. Just keep making good jokes. Your girlfriend look like my mom. Shut up. That's why you both fit. That's why your mama looks like my mom.
Your mom's full of excuses.
All right, let's do business, Ratatouille.
Are we gonna share the profit 50-50? Are you okay?
No, I get 95 and you get 5.
You got your mom.
Are you coming over to my house?
Yeah? What for?
To do business.
Come and suck your dick? I wanna suck your balls. I wanna suck
Damn,
your
he got your mom. he mommed it.
Hey, yo, if I slap you, you get your head as well.
Now, another segment from How the Fuck Do You Get Out of This Casino?
Record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. I really can't
You pushed me
recommend
to the
these
side,
guys
you
enough.
bitch.
This is the podcast platform that I personally use. Once you've set up your podcast, Anchor FM will automatically distribute it to all other platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcast, and others. It's super easy, super streamlined, and you can start making money.
My brother's bringing me
immediately.
chicken nuggets, dude.
Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Our next Reddit post is from Saris. This happened a few years ago in the mall parking lot. It was mid-July and nearly 39 degrees Celsius, which is 102 degrees Fahrenheit. When my mom and I got out of the car, I saw movement in the corner of my eyes in the car behind us. I thought it was a dog at first, and I said to my mom, "What douchebag leaves a dog inside a car when it's so hot?" When I looked again, I saw that it was a baby, a 1-year-old girl sitting in the back of the car.
Ma'am, have you been drinking tonight?
But she thought that I was kidding. I ran inside
No.
the mall, found a security guard, and told him about the baby. The security guard made a call through the speakers warning the owner of the car. I led the security guard to the car with my mom following us, dumbfounded by this actually being true. There we waited, waving at the little girl who seemed to be conscious through the windows. Eventually, a man showed up, and he started yelling murder when he saw us. "Stop! That's my car! My daughter's inside!" The security guard said, "Yeah, you moron, your daughter's inside. Open the car doors." The father unlocked the car, and at the security guard's request, he took the baby outside. The car was an oven. The baby was soaking wet, covered with sweat, and she started crying the moment she felt the relatively fresh air outside. The security guard guided us inside and gave the father a cup of water for the baby to drink. When the security guard handed the cup of water to the father actually had
Secret
the audacity
tunnel.
to drink it
Secret
first.
tunnel.
My mom exploded at him, screaming at the man to give it to his daughter. This guy really didn't seem to understand